Hello besties, it's your Coach Weaver. This is a Launchapalooza motivation video. I'm just going to quickly go over the rules for Launchapalooza. And if you are paying attention, my hat says, that's a terrible idea, when do we start? Which I thought was appropriate for this. Alright, so briefly, what is Launchapalooza? It is a beginner-friendly way to plan a book launch and world novelizing. We started this 5 months out and we're gaining steam. The date is December 6th for launches. Okay? I'll be launching something then, you should also. Right now we have about 40 people signed up. How do I participate? Write daily. That's the number one thing. Build up a backlog of chapters, do the exercises, and I'm going to go over some of them after this. What do I need to do? Write. This is not write-a-thon. There's no strict limit per day. You can release chapters every day in December after the 6th, or do 10 in a row, or do 1 a week. It's up to you. Ideally, you'll kick off with 10 or so chapters within the first 3 or 4 days. Follow the regular Rising Stars algorithm, which I think I'm gonna do another video after this. But this is about you figuring out how you do a launch. If you're gonna do the turtle method, regular method, or if there's some change in the meta between now and then. Where do I find more information? Immersive Ink, Discord, I'll have a link. You're not gonna find anything by Googling it unless you find this video. Basically, like, you can sign up or you can just kind of join along, do the exercise until the end. Okay, now this specific video is for the end of August. Okay, the first exercise was to do your blurb. All right, so some of you guys have done your blurb. I think I've seen like 25. The rest of you, I'm coming for you. I will find your blurb and I will take that creative juice out of your brain and I will spread it onto my little tart that I'm making of your brain juices, creative juices, whatever. Besties, big me metaphor. So the first one was make a blurb and then meme someone's blurb was a bonus. The next one is going to be generate a cover or create a cover. There's a couple ways to do this. You can pay a cover artist. You can brief somebody on how you do it, and basically using a generative AI is okay, acceptable for Royal Road and novelizing, but with the understanding that you will use Patreon funds if you have them for a full launch. We're not going to disparage anybody who does not have the money. Not everybody has a nice job where they have this effort, and then I will probably be paying for a couple covers. So that is the current one. All right. Now, second exercise. We're going to pick the platform. We're going to pick the covers. We're going to work those together. All right. So when I say I want you to be able to brief a cover, all right, and then I'm going to do a video on that next. But think about in your mind the covers you've seen. All right, so this is your hype. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go look at World Road. You're gonna look at novelizing if it's up, and you're going to compare covers in your genre. If you don't know your genre or your comp, you can also look at Amazon and just look at the top stuff in that subgenre. Amazon's genres are slightly different than World Road. So write down, hey, these are the genres I'm gonna look at. And you're gonna look at the top 100 free, the top 100 paid ebooks in that, and you're gonna kind of see if there's any similarities. So for instance, when I did my military sci-fi fiction, sci-fantasy, well, it's not sci-fantasy, it's science fiction. It's like a hard sci-fi. I looked at other sci-fi books that were out, and they had a lot of reds and blue tones, right? So I had to include that in my video, in my brief. So I said, okay, this is science fiction. It is military sci-fi. I want reds and blues, and I want to show the ship out in the doing combat maneuvers, right? So there is a kind of like a meta of like the heroes like looking away from the person on the cover, but what you really need to do is look at like the top 100 in your genre and then kind of look for similarities. I'm not saying copy those, but just understand what those look like and then see if there are elements that you want to drag into that. Like a lot of romantasy right now has a lot of vines, thorns, roses. If I was doing a Beauty and the Beast reimagining, I would do a rose inside of a bowl somewhere in the cover, right? And I want you to think about that as you are making your thing. So the first thing is, don't pay an artist first, but like, let's do the pitch. Let's do this is how I would brief an artist if I had money, and then we'll see if we can create something for you, right? If you're part of it. And to answer a question I keep getting asked, you can join Launchapalooza up until 3 days before, because you have to create your account at the place, and then you have to like start uploading, and it takes Royal Road and Novelizing a couple days to approve people. So you can join up until December 4th, right? That's a little motivation post. Go do some cover stuff. If you haven't, this is a little early. This is cover stuff should be like September's, but half the people in Launchapalooza, or more than half, are like steaming along. So if you get the blurb ready, I reviewed a lot of blurbs, and you have the cover ready, then really all you have to do is start looking at other people's stuff and critique, and that's gonna be October's, right? So here's motivation. Go do the thing. Figure out the process that works for you so that we can launch.